All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ultra Reacts, and we are back in City today. All right, it's been a minute. All right, it's been a little minute. It's been a lot of stuff going on in City over the past month and a half. It hasn't always been great, but yeah, here we are. All right, NCT 127 is back, and I'm very excited for this. We got Blingy today. We're gonna check out the MV now. Also came with the album Blingy, fantastic as always from NCT. Listen, they have some of the best B sides no matter what. Like, I can always count on the B-sides to come through. But I'm not going to lie. I had a little bit of mixed feelings. I think I liked the song Blingy, but we'll see. All right, we'll see how it comes together, the full picture here, seeing the music video here on New Music Friday. But I was a little mixed about it. But I did love the B-sides. But we got Blingy today. MV looks kind of interesting so far with this opening screen cap. Looks like we're in like a jewelry store. But yeah, NCT, one of my favorite groups ever. Alright? Ever. So plenty of history here. But yeah, as always, when to like, share, subscribe if you guys enjoying the content. And as always, feel free to leave your own thoughts about the song and MV on Blingy. Also on Blingy the album. Let me know what your favorite track was. We'll see if we matched up. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this intro doesn't need to be any much longer. I mean, this group needs no introduction anyway. Alright, it's NCT 127. Y'all know what it is. Oh, we're muted. Run it back. Oh my goodness, it's Jaehyun. Stop motion is a very interesting choice, but I like it right now. Different. One time for the cuts. For the editors out there. One time for the cuts. That was clean. Now these verses, Johnny looks good with a short hair. Ooh, that was clean. This is one of the best edited MVs we've seen all year. I'm gonna come out and say that right now. One of the best MVs. Utah, you know what, Utah, he's still selling it. Y'all welcome for the screen cap. You know what? I still don't know if I love the chorus from like a lyrical kind of standpoint. Not even in just like again, as I've said many times, fun music is fun music. All right, turn up music is turn up music. Okay, I believe in the denomination of different types of music. All right, and different types of sometimes we need a grand message. Sometimes we don't need a grand message. But I don't know, Blingy. It just feels a little corny. If I'm being honest. All right, I gotta keep it honest. All right, as much as I love this group, I gotta keep it honest. All right, even before I talk about the stuff I like here, gotta be honest. All right, still feels a little corny, but I'm not gonna lie. As we say with MVs and seeing the full picture, sometimes of seeing the visual and the audio portion, because those have to merge together for it to be a great, a great MV, a great song. That's sometimes what you need. You need that kind of visual. I definitely think it's helping. I'm gonna be honest. I definitely think it's helping. And it's adding that the beat was never the problem. All right, the production was never the problem. And with some great work here in terms of keeping the dynamicism of the song here in the music video. It's making for a more enjoyable experience of the song for me. So honestly, didn't mind the chorus as much, even though I still find the Blingy, But overall, not a bad chorus. All right, I could turn up to this. Like, I could leave it in the playlist and it comes on, probably not skipping. Alright, not skipping. The verses are fantastic. Alright, the verses are fantastic. From vocal line in the pre-chorus, Jalen kicking us off, to Johnny and Ty. Listen, fantastic. Alright, fantastic. That was never going to be the problem. They're great in their solo work. They're great on verses. They're great on B-sides. You will never, ever, 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 ever have to worry about an NCT 127 verse. Ever. Ever. Regardless. Even at their worst, it will still be fire. And the bridge for this, gonna be nuts. Alright? That's even if I didn't hear the song before. Just it's a given. So not surprised there. Let's keep it rolling though. He's just an all-timer as a center, man. All-timer. That's who knew what they were doing. One time for the fashion. These are two tough calm fits. I'm not gonna lie. Those drums, the bass line, everything comes together here though, production-wise. Hey Chen, you were really that guy, bro. Always been, but really you are. I promise it. I'm a blingy, blingy, blingy. Jen did that for the people. That's a hard logo reveal. Alright, that's production-wise. As always, y'all did what y'all had to be done. I did what absolutely had to be done. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. I didn't talk about it in the intro, but we will talk about it here. All right, in the outro. This is something I was curious about. Of course, the big absence of one Mark Lee, who's no longer with the group. And for those that didn't know, Mark was my biased favorite, whatever you want to call it, in all of NCT. For some recent events. But I was curious because he was such a important part of them musically, in terms of, you know, even just like the image of NCT. So I was curious to see how much his absence would be missed in the music that we got here in this album. And honestly, I feel like the boys, credit to their talent, did a really good job kind of not making you feel, I think, the absence of not having Mark on this project when he's been such a key member before. And even here, I think it gave a little bit more shine to Johnny to really get to step up and, you know, take more of an effect and have more of an impact on the song, kind of taking over for a lot of, I think, what normally would have gone to Mark. So shout out to Johnny, holding it down, doing a good job. Ty, King Neo, did what had to be done. Vocal line, Yuta, Jaehyun, Haechan, no words. All right, no words. Some of the best ever. All right, I used to say best in the business, but they've been here so long, I can just straight up say some of the best ever, and I'm gonna stand on it. All right, I'm gonna stand on it. Go listen to their solo work. That'll stamp it. But yeah, I like Blingy a lot more than I did before I watched this. I'm not gonna lie, and that is the benefit of having a music video. Sometimes with the song is providing that visual, providing that extra effect, providing kind of, this is the vision. This is the creative vision we had when we made this. Here's us showing it to you. And yeah, good title track, but those B-sides are the truth. All right, let's listen to Blingy. They're not telling me to tell you to do that. I'm not getting paid to sponsor, but it is a great album, so go check it out. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, from In City, Ultra signing off.